Hi, this is Peter Parker with the Peter Parker team. Welcome to our Careers in Real Estate Training and Education blog. It's certainly oriented towards people here in the greater Sacramento area, but even if you're outside the area, you hopefully will find this useful as well. What we're hoping to do is every 2 weeks provide value to you with ideas, resources that you can implement, whether you're a brand new person coming into the real estate business, whether you've been at it for a while, maybe you've got an established real estate business just looking over to turn a new leaf or add something new to your business. We hope you'll find this helpful. What we've got for this coming post is recommended reading, and I think you're going to enjoy these a lot. So, first off, and it's not because I'm a Keller Williams agent, I've been a Keller Williams agent for 10 years, but quite honestly, if you haven't read it, I'd highly recommend it. It's Gary Keller's book, what we sometimes call the Red Book, The Millionaire Real Estate Agent by Gary Keller. And the subtitle to that is, it's not about the money, it's about being the best you can be. It's about having a business worth owning to support a life that's worth living. And as Gary Keller would put it, if you haven't read that book 12 times, you haven't really gotten it. And he even put it as strongly as, until you've read that book 12 times, he didn't even want you reading anything else. And you might say, well, gosh, there's so many great books. Be assured, Gary Keller read those too, and he synthesized what he thought was most useful for agents, both new agents and experienced ones alike, in building a business step by step, the major things you need to address and the steps you need to take. It's very clearly laid out. It's easy to read. It's easy to read again, and there's audiobooks, obviously, if that makes it easier for you. But that really is a tremendous book that I think is well worth coming back to again and again. Another book that I would highly recommend by Michael Gerber, The E-Myth Revisited. And what I tell people, especially if they're just getting into real estate, is I would recommend they read Gary Keller's book, then read The E-Myth Revisited, then read Gary Keller's book again, then read the E-Myth again, and I'm not kidding. I thought I got a lot out of reading the E-Myth Revisited the first time, and I believe I did. I waited a year and I read it a second time, and honestly I got quite a lot more out of it the second time. So I think there's plenty for you, whether it's one read, 2 reads, or more, between those 2 books. Next one I would recommend is a book by Chet Holmes, The Ultimate Sales Machine. And Michael Gerber, who wrote The E-Myth Revisited, basically calls this the best book on sales he's ever read. You know, he thought he wrote a really good one, but then when he read Chet's book, realized that he'd been topped. And last but not least, there's another one on time management, topic near and dear to all our hearts, the No BS Guide to Time Management by Dan Kennedy. We pretty much all can stand some improvement in that area of our lives, and especially of our business life. And the last one, I don't have a book to hold up here on the screen, but it's by Darren Hardy. He's the editor of Success Magazine, and he basically sits in the same seat that Napoleon Hill and W. Clement Stone and Og Mandino sat in publishing that magazine. He brought that magazine back from a spot where it wasn't thriving the way it is today, in an age where magazines, from most people's point of view, aren't a great medium. And he has had the opportunity to interview just dozens and dozens of people who are the cover story examples: Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Donald Trump, list goes on, in the business world. And he's distilled all that down into his book, The Compound Effect. It's only about 180 pages, I believe. It's easy to read, it's clear, very down to earth, and he just really wanted to cut through a lot of what he calls the, well, I don't use the word, but the stuff that can steer people wrong and basically waste their time. So if you get these books, put them on your shelf and go through them, I think you'll find a whole lot there of value for you. And if you'd like to talk about them further and or share any books you've got that you think would be valuable, always happy to hear. And we look forward to your comments and posts on the blog as well.